While talking about the contemporary teachers or contemporary schools of Buddhism prior to Buddhism, let us see who are the contemporary teachers or who are the contemporary sramanas who are very important during that time when Buddha preached his religion there. And these teachers are different teachers belonging to different schools of the time who started as a revolt to the existing practices by the Brahmanas, the rituals of Brahmanical religion. Now, there are 6 heterodox teachers which exclude, of course, Mahavir, who was contemporary to Gautam, Siddhartha Gautam Buddha. Mahavir was a contemporary to Gautam, and he believed that the misery in the world was the result of one's own act, and it is not caused by anything else, and the release from samsara, this world, can be attained by knowledge of the highest truth and good conduct. Mahavir answered the problems in terms of anekattvada, meaning there are different ways, different points of view to attain the complete truth, or Shadyavada, or the theory of condition periodication, while Buddha's answer was based on Patika Samupada. We will be discussing about this in subsequent time. Mahavir is believed to be the historical person having established the religion called Jainism. The Jainas, they believe that there are many Tirthankaras before. Tirthankaras, they say about the predecessors who was there in their pantheon. So there are 6 famous samanas at the time of Buddha. These are known as Ajita Keshakambali, who is a champion of Akriyavada, and he represented a materialistic school of samanas. He believed in the materialistic school. According to him, the universe is composed of the 4 great elements, namely the earth, water, fire, and air. There is no existence of being after the death. He did not accept any moral causation. There is no sin in killing, and there is nothing wrong in enjoying the pleasure of the world. That is what Ajita Keshakambali told during that time. Then there was another was Sanjaya Belathiputta, who is also called as Bhikshe Pavadin, or one who did not adhere to any principles categorically. He represented the agnostic, as I told you in the earlier time, in the earlier video, that agnostic or the skeptic school of the samanas. He was skeptical about the things, and he did not represent any conclusive or decisive answer to any of the speculative doctrines. His doctrine diverted the mind from the right track, as some people say, and he always declined to give categorical answer to the problems facing the human mind. It is interesting to note that from amongst the Buddha's disciples, Shariputra and Mahamudgalayana came from this school of Sanjaya. Then there was Niganta Nagaputta. According to the Jaina traditions, he was the last prophet in the present cycle, and he preached ethical doctrines similar to the ideas held by senior ascetics, Parsho. They taught not to kill living things, not to take things unless and until they are given to you, and not to tell a lie, and not to have worldly possession, including a wife. Mahavir's ideas were included in the 5th one, not to have worldly possession except the clothes. Parsho and his followers were all naked, and Mahavir and his followers were wearing the garments. This is one school. So then we come across another school of thought, that is Makhali Goshala. He is, as I said, is from the Ajivikas, and he belonged to the sect of the ones who were not wearing any clothes, and his name indicated carrying a staff of bamboo He was believed to be a disciple of Mahavir, but he broke away from and founded the school called Ajivikas. As I was telling you, these are the Ajivika school. Then there is Purana Kashyap. He held the doctrine of non-action. A man didn't incur sin through action, even bad action, such as killing, committing theft, adultery, or telling a lie. Moreover, a man didn't make merit through a good act. He was against all the moral causation. This is one school that time. Then there was another known as Pakuda Kachayan. His views refer to that of Jaina, as stated in the Jainas, religion propounded by Mahavir the Jaina. And for him, the body is ultimately dissolved into the 7 eternal elements, and there is nothing to accept the efficacy of moral causation. Buddha propagated, in contrary to all this, Buddha propagated the doctrine of moral causation. And Buddha stated, without following all these extreme things, Buddha wanted in his teachings his disciples to follow the middle path to attain liberation. Now, before we go from this sector to how Buddha preached his religion, let us go how Buddhism as a religion rose in this traditional Brahmanical pantheon. As I said, Brahmanism or Brahmanical religion, the priests were attaining the higher classes, and the priests, Buddhism didn't compete for power with them, but wanted that it has to be something different in which there will be no class distinction, in which everybody can be treated as similar. Vedic society with its caste system did not accommodate the need for many people. So, in this contrast to that, Buddhism accepted that everybody who was coming to the fold are becoming the followers of Buddhism. Now, we see that when we look at the Buddha's life, how he left his home at the age of 29, he went to different places to learn the ways of liberation, how to liberate himself from the thing, and he started meditating. When he came out from the religious gurus or ascetics under whom he was getting the trainings and having meditations, and he left and he started his own meditation, and his meditation was attempted by one demon called Mara to distract Buddha from meditation, but Mara could not be successful in breaking the meditation of Buddha, and the awakening, the ultimate reality of the rediscovery of the ancient path could come to Buddha only when he was in the meditation under the Bodhi tree, where he got the enlightenment under the Bodhi tree. Then there's first teachings. After he got the enlightenment, everybody requested him to preach whatever he got from there and how to tell people. The first sermon or the first teaching he undertook in a place called Isipatan, which is present day Sarnath, near Banaras. Near Banaras, he started his teaching, and it was a middle way. As I said, he didn't follow any extreme path. He wanted the middle path, and he told about the 4 noble truths. And the 4 noble truths, which I will be telling in subsequent lectures, and he wanted to preach his religion with respect to other traditions. He asked his followers not to negate the other traditions, rather to respect them, but he gave emphasis on self-reliance and personal experiences. He wanted a practical thing instead of theoretical abstractions. And this way, Buddha in his first teaching told to his disciples in firstly in Sarnath, then what he did